And it looked like Caitlin Clark is in some serious hot water with WNBA players over this alleged not voting for this strike. Guys, for this one here,
she's done. Honestly, this woman, she just alienated a huge portion of her fan base. You should see, I tweeted about this, and my Twitter feed is littered with people saying, I'm done with her.
Explosive information has just shaken the basketball community to its core. The Team USA roster decisions have been revealed, and Caitlin Clark's predicament is far more serious than anticipated. Supporters didn't simply voice concerns. They departed venues, initiated boycotts, and approximately 50,000 individuals united behind a single cause. The situation has transcended sports. The very athlete who packed stadiums and drove viewership numbers is now central to this year's most significant controversy. Before diving deeper, hit that like button and drop "Stand with CC" in the comments, because what follows reveals why supporters reached their breaking point. The story's origins trace back well before Team USA's training camp.
Encompasses an entire season of them. The Fever have lost so many players to injury, but obviously none bigger than Clark. And there was such a wait for this second season after her magnificent rookie season. And then, you know, the anticipation of her possibly coming back, only for that not to happen, takes a lot of air out of the room. Obviously takes
point fingers at Caitlin Clark, saying that she is the one that is possibly holding out, but it is looking spooky. Now, there's articles being reported on about Caitlin Clark possibly being the person that's been holding out.
Caitlin Clark stepped into the WNBA carrying enormous expectations, intense scrutiny, and constant media attention. Each action was dissected, every error amplified. She persevered through aggressive defensive tactics, through periods of silence, through moments when she wasn't afforded the same opportunities as her peers. Yet she remained committed. However, supporters detected something troubling from the start. Playing time distribution seemed questionable. Sitting on the bench appeared unjustified, and recognition seemed perpetually postponed. The initial fracture emerged during the season's most critical phase. Caitlin was abruptly classified as injured. Yet supporters were perplexed. Moments afterward, she was moving without difficulty, shooting accurately, and performing competitively. Digital platforms took notice. Video evidence spread rapidly. Inquiries intensified. What justified this treatment? What motivated the timing? Anticipation built regarding Team USA opportunities.
Caitlin Clark's all-star teammate Kelsey Mitchell on X on Monday dropped a cryptic tweet amid the 2026 WNBA free agency. The other thing she could be talking about is their feelings about NBA ownership / WNBA ownership and what's going on with the CBA. That's always possible. Could it be, we haven't talked about this, could it be that she voted that she was good with a strike, but somebody on her team did not?
Subsequently, Team USA training camp commenced. For supporters, this represented vindication, a fresh beginning where off-court issues vanish and performance dictates everything. Caitlin appeared composed, determined, and completely concentrated. The instant she handled the basketball, the atmosphere transformed. Long-range attempts connected consistently. Court positioning improved dramatically. Game rhythm accelerated. Veteran players took notice. Coaching staff ceased conversations. Assistant coaches scrutinized their notes intently. This wasn't manufactured hype. This was absolute supremacy. Then came the substitution. Suddenly, she disappeared from competition. Zero clarification provided. No health status communicated. Simply relegated to the sidelines.
Doing USA basketball. So Caitlin Clark was at USA basketball training, and she did one little media day, right? She did one little media day, and she spoke with reporters about the CBA negotiations. Now, many people now from that conversation from that conversation is insinuating that Caitlin Clark is the one that is holding out with the CBA negotiations. Now, just like I stated, we can't definitively say Caitlin Clark is the one that is holding out. Now, this is what Caitlin Clark said. Let's blow it up right here.
Very high level, and I think the most important thing for myself, thinking about these CBA negotiations, like, this is the biggest one of the WNBA.
Once more, supporters analyzing unofficial recordings experienced that familiar unsettling sensation immediately. Roster reductions confirmed, and chaos erupted. When the final selections were publicized, names announced, and rotation hints emerged, Caitlin's position remained ambiguous, still diminished. That's when everything shattered. Supporters took decisive measures. This wasn't mere trending outrage or comment sections. This was genuine action. Nearly 50,000 supporters withdrew their backing. Ticket purchases reversed. Subscription services canceled. Social media movements exploded into millions of mentions. Boycott demands. Recognition please. Playing time requests. This wasn't hostility. This was devastation transforming into frustration. Then Kelsey Mitchell's social media post altered everything. Brief, cryptic, yet powerful. No direct references made. No explicit accusations stated. Still, Fever supporters immediately understood the implications. Free agency considerations. Loyalty questions. The controversy reignited intensely.
Be there. She made it very, very clear that she does not want to be there, point blank, period. Let's get into this article here and see what Angel Reese had to say. Here it says, Angel Reese makes 2026 Chicago Sky announcement at USA Basketball Camp. Here it says, as it stands now, Angel Reese will be back in blue for the Chicago Sky next season. While speaking to reporters after the first day of USA Basketball training camp Friday, Reese emphatically stated, I'm under contract for next year. I guess I plan on returning to the Sky. Damn. Yo, she don't want nothing to do with that team. Listen to the quote. I'm under contract. I guess I plan on returning to the Sky. I guess. I'm under contract for next year. I guess I'll be. Hey, y'all gotta trade her.
Angelou, that was a saying that she famously put out there long before social media. We cannot lose sight of the fact that there are members of Kelsey Mitchell's family that doesn't care for Caitlin Clark very much. It is what it is. The stuff went on social media. It caused a lot of issues at the time because they felt Kelsey should be getting as much or more love than Caitlin Clark. This is interesting. Here we go. A little reaction from people because a lot of people have got their theories. My boy Sneaky Pete, little advice. Don't ever bite the hand that feeds you. Let's just come out and say it. Would Kelsey Mitchell be nearly as popular as she is if she did not play with the Indiana Fever? Question mark.
Emergency discussions commenced. Within Team USA headquarters, communication devices constantly rang. Corporate partners demanded answers. Leadership insisted on clarifications. Coaching personnel conducted confidential sessions. League administrators did likewise, because this situation now extended beyond one individual. Institutional reputation was at stake. Meanwhile, Angel Reese's contrasting situation unfolded. At the identical moment, an alternative storyline developed. Angel Reese, expressive, outspoken, and fiercely competitive, displayed obvious disappointment. Nothing officially declared. Nothing formally recorded. But undeniably visible through mannerisms, physical responses, and reactions. Supporters drew comparisons between the approaches. One athlete allowing performance to communicate, another permitting feelings to overflow publicly. And digital platforms performed their predictable function, magnifying every detail. The coaching staff observed silently. The Team USA head coach avoided public statements and declined commentary. However, sources confirmed one element was evident. He monitored everything carefully, not merely statistics or defensive assignments, but mental strength, handling adversity, and behavioral responses. This situation resonates differently because Caitlin Clark never issued ultimatums or made demands. She simply competed. That's precisely why supporters feel betrayed. When dedication proves insufficient and brilliance doesn't matter, what possibly could? The decisive moment arrived after roster cuts, after organizational silence, after public backlash, when one reality became undeniable. The future cannot be constructed while disrespecting current contributors. And supporters communicated that conclusion emphatically and unmistakably. This isn't about abandoning the sport. This isn't about legal action. This concerns personal decisions. Caitlin Clark continues selecting basketball. Now the fundamental question remains straightforward. Will the establishment reciprocate that commitment? Because supporters already made their choice crystal clear.